Have you ever finished a day and felt nothing? Not sad, not happy, just empty. Like you were there, but you didn't really live it. You woke up, you worked, you scrolled, you slept, and somewhere in the middle you thought, I'll do it tomorrow. That important thing, that one thing I keep thinking about, tomorrow. If that sounds familiar, stay with me, because I want to tell you about a woman named Lizzie, and I think by the end of her story, you might see something in her that looks a lot like you. Lizzie was 34 years old and worked night shifts at a hospital. She was good at her job, quiet, careful, dependable. But at 22, a younger Lizzie had filled 3 whole notebooks with words, stories, poems, the first 40 pages of a novel she never finished. She stopped writing after her father died, not because she was too sad, but because of something she saw. Her father had spent 40 years saying the same sentence, "When I retire, I will travel." He said it at breakfast. He said it at dinner. He said it on holidays he didn't take. He retired in March. He was gone by June. Lizzie stood at his grave and thought, he never went. She carried that thought home. She put it in a drawer. And then, and this is the painful part, she started doing exactly the same thing. I'll write when I have more time. I'll start the novel when work gets easier. I'll begin tomorrow. The wound wasn't grief. The wound was knowing better and still choosing later. Picture Lizzie at 2 a.m. in the morning. A hospital corridor, white lights, the smell of cold coffee. Her phone glowing blue in her hand, not reading anything important, just scrolling. Filling the quiet with noise because quiet had questions she didn't want to answer. At home, on her desk, sat a blank notebook. She had bought it 6 months ago. She had not opened it. Every morning, she walked past it and made a deal with herself. Tonight, after my shift, I'll write tonight. Tonight became tomorrow. Tomorrow became next week. Next week became something she stopped counting. The strange thing about this kind of waiting, it doesn't feel like failure. It feels like preparation. She told herself she was just waiting for the right moment, for inspiration, for energy, for the stars to line up in exactly the right way. But the notebook stayed blank, and the months kept moving. And somewhere deep inside her, under the scrubs and the night shifts and the scrolling, there was a voice getting quieter. The voice that said, "You have something to say." One Sunday, Lizzie cleaned her apartment. Under a stack of old books, she found a journal from when she was 22. Her handwriting, young and fast and full of energy, covered every page. She sat on the floor and read. She read about a girl who believed she had a story inside her. On the last page, that girl had written one sentence, "I am going to write something real one day." Lizzie sat very still. She counted the years. 12. 12 years since that sentence. And in those 12 years, what had she written? Nothing. Not because she couldn't, not because she didn't want to, but because she kept choosing later. She looked at the words again, and for the first time in years, something cracked open inside her. Not in a breaking way, in a light coming through way. I want you to imagine a farmer. He has a field, beautiful soil, good weather, but every morning, he walks to the edge of that field and says, "Today is not the right day to plant, maybe tomorrow." And tomorrow comes, and he says the same thing, and the season passes, and the field stays empty. The field does not care about his reasons. The field does not care that he was tired. That work was hard. That conditions were not perfect. The field only knows one thing. Nothing was planted. Nothing will grow. Your life is that field. And every single day, you are either planting something or you are not. A small habit, a few minutes of practice, one honest conversation, one page written. These are seeds. They are tiny. They are quiet. You cannot see them growing, but they are building something under the surface, something invisible that will one day break through the soil, become your future. The word tomorrow is not a plan. Tomorrow is an empty field. The seeds of your tomorrow must be planted today. Lizzie did not quit her job. She did not move to Paris. She did not suddenly become a novelist overnight. She did something smaller. She opened the blank notebook, and at 6 in the morning, before her next shift, she wrote one paragraph. It wasn't good. She knew it wasn't good, but it was there, on the page, real. The next morning, she wrote another one. She didn't feel like a writer. She didn't feel like anything had changed, but something had. She stopped making deals with tomorrow. She started planting today. Weeks later, she told a friend, "I still don't know if I'll finish the novel, but I'm not as heavy anymore. Like I put something down that I was carrying for a long time." That is what happens when you stop waiting for the perfect moment. You don't become a different person overnight. You just become lighter. Because you finally started. If Lizzie's story touched something in you, if you recognized yourself in that blank notebook, in that word tomorrow, then this channel was made for you. Every Monday and Friday, I bring you stories like this one. Stories in English. Stories that move you. Stories that stay with you long after you close the app. If this one did, please subscribe right now. Hit the like button so more people can find these stories. And share this with one person who needs to hear it today. You never know whose blank notebook you might open. Before you close this video, I want to say something directly to you. Not to everyone watching, to you. You have a seed. Maybe it's a skill you've been meaning to practice, a conversation you've been putting off, a page you haven't written, a call you haven't made. You've been carrying it. And every day you carry it without planting it, it gets a little heavier. Here is your one action for tomorrow morning. Before you check your phone, before the noise starts, open something. A notebook, a document, a message draft, and plant one thing. One sentence, one step, one small, imperfect beginning. The field is ready. You just have to show up. Thank you for spending this time with me. Until next time, keep growing.